Universal characters, you can't keep getting away with this.
Oh my God.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amy Newman.
I'm Chris Carr.
We're two filthy casuals, and we're trying some stuff out.
Yeah, because getting into new content can be intimidating.
So let us know what you think.
Yeah.
We were discussing just how much we love having our guests on the show, love talking about, all your favorite media, but just have too much in our hearts and our brains about some of the real specific stuff we love. For me, that includes kind of theme parks and themed experiences and horror. Mm-hmm. And I know we have some things cooking that you are excited about as well. So we're just gonna try to get you some little extra stuff when we have thoughts and vibes and experiences we want to share with you.
Little mini-sodes here and there of very niche content.
So let us know what you think, and definitely let us know if you want to see more. And if you want to see less, go watch the other videos. Christ.
God, we did this for you.
I'm doing my best here. I want to make these tickets a write-off, okay? Some people would be like, that's an abuse of your power, but I don't have any, so joke's on you.
I mean, I do that for my acting life.
Joke's on you. This is my channel, and I want to talk about Horror Unleashed.
Yes, okay. So we've had some weirdness today, too, of hanging out and me being like, I'm not going to ask a single fucking thing about that cool thing you did.
I thought you were just generally disinterested in my life.
Just, you know me, notoriously just rude as fuck. And I'm like, I don't give a shit, Newman.
I respected that you were drawing your boundaries.
I just don't like horror, so I don't want you to tell me about it. No, I actually talked about this the other day, where I was like, honestly, one of my favorite ways to consume horror is for Amy to give me a play-by-play of what happens in a thing. And then I go, yeah, you're right. I don't think I could see that movie.
Sure.
It's helpful.
So yeah, we went to Horror Unleashed, which is in Las Vegas at Area 15. So the same place. I recommend if you're in that area, check out Omega Mart by Malwolf as well. We've talked about that on the Patreon. Big fan as well. But this is a year-round horror installation. Think almost like a mini Halloween Horror Nights that exists in a warehouse year-round. So you have 4 permanent mazes, a couple dining and bars, like restaurants and bars, and some little show experiences.
Are all of them also similarly horror themed, or is it just like, here's a fast casual option for you?
No. It's all, so we didn't eat there. I wish we had, the food was actually really good. And in hindsight, I'm like, should have done a little more food actually, because it was tasty what we got. But we were getting tired and boogied. But so even like there, they have like a little like fast casual. I believe there's the Boiler Bar. There's Rough Cuts, which is kind of a fast casual barbecue place, and everything's named kind of creepy, like this is the Head or whatever. And a more proper sit down, and then another bar. So we went. So also, and this will not skew, but just affect some of what I saw. We went right before I think they officially announced it. I had just seen on social media, because there was talks of some kind of summer overlay. I know they did kind of an Easter overlay. I think they've been like kind of testing out this idea of not the mazes themselves stay the same, but kind of that common space, getting some little theming moments.
The Easter overlay, is it like horrible rabbits, or is it zombies because of the resurrection?
I assume rabbits, but I didn't go, so let me know in the comments if you did. But we went, it was just recently officially announced that this is happening, but we went right at the beginning of their Resident Evil overlay.
Ooh.
Which is not a franchise I'm super familiar with, so bear with me, but my husband is a fan who went with me. So there was a lot of like, who's that? Do we like them? Backflips. Okay, got it. Like, it's piecing it together. So when we went, what was normally Jack's Alley Bar was rethemed to that. What was normally, I believe, like kind of the Bloomhouse themed, nicer sit down restaurant became sort of Jack's space. And there was a little show, the show moved there and you could watch it there. And then, yeah, I think that was all the main retheming. And then there was a little additional, almost escape room-esque experience. And then instead of the normal, I know they normally have like a vampire queen and some different theming, they had rethemed that. So you did have both characters from Resident Evil, So I know you had Leon, and I'm blanking on her name, but like your
Jill
main
Valentine.
I was gonna say, I think it's Jill. And oh baby, I have a picture of my husband looking at that actress who plays Jill, like, mommy.
I think it's Valentine. I might be stealing from Cowboy Bebop, but I know her name's Jill.
Jill sounds right there, yeah. And then various zombies. We had just like some fun interactions with a woman coming up, like, yeah, I don't know, they came at me. I don't really know. And we're like, oh, you got big, girl. And you know, the Raccoon City sort of police and various businesses and entities that are running around there, and some additional themed food and drinks. So that was really fun. Again, there was a really fun, I know Eric was telling me puzzles are a big part of those games. And there were some, I'm very excited, by the way, for, because Zach Kreger, who did Weapons, is doing a Resident Evil reboot.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, they might be doing a Resident Evil thing when they're there. I obviously don't have time to play this entire game. Maybe I can watch the movie. And I Googled it, and everyone's just like, don't fucking watch the movies. So I didn't. So I'm excited to have maybe a good Resident Evil movie, because I liked kind of the lore and the vibe of everything.
Hell yeah.
They had a zombie with a big tongue that was very scary. Ooh. And I liked that a lot. But they had a really fun, so yeah, apparently puzzles are a big part of it. And they had a really fun, you went into, it was supposed to be like Raccoon City PD. And they had a bunch of desks set out, and they'd send you to one. We did a little puzzle kind of escape room thing. Ooh. Which we did get totally lost on. And God bless her, I don't know if she was just lying or what, because we were like trying to do an actual chess move thing. And she's like, I think you might be overthinking. I think you might be a little, I believe her words were, I think you're a little smart for this, actually. But basically, we were overcomplicating it. So, but you get that, you open it up, you get a little map or like a little decoder that sends you to like a light, and you had to decode the blinks of the light to make a code word, which you then took, and then they sent you outside to a little space that had like a couple of zombie guys you had to run past, and then there were the herbs, and you found like the shapes of the herbs and decoded something, and passed that off. And it was really fun.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it was a good experience. I liked it a lot, and it was a fun little addition. So we did that. Again, the food and drinks were really good. We had a pizza skull, which is apparently a big thing in Universal Orlando Horror Nights. Oh. Just a dough skull with pizza filling in it. It was pretty damn good.
That's awesome.
And some great French fries and a couple really nice cocktails. I did have a really fun, I think I have pictures of it somewhere, like a big glowing briefcase with 3 big multicolored syringes that were just big Jello shots.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was pretty good.
That's excellent.
Pretty sick. And again, the couple of like cocktails I had were all really good. Food was really good. Everything was better than it had any right to be. Like I said, it's rare to leave a theme park thing and be like, I actually wish we tried the burger. That looked pretty good. So props to them for keeping that decent quality. They have, so you get 4 mazes.
Okay.
You can pay, and it's one thing I don't love about it, because Horror Nights is like, you're not going to be able to hit everything a bunch of times just for time and lines and whatever. Yeah. It's the 4 mazes. You can either pay the slightly lower rate to do everything once, or a higher rate to get unlimited walks through the mazes.
Oh.
Which I'm just like, come on, I'm here. How many people are really going to like do this over and over and over again? But I think the thing that really does set this apart, and it was genuinely cool, and I thought lived up pretty well to what was promised, was you're pulsed. So rather than getting in that big conga line of people going through a haunt maze, where it's like, yeah, I know that guy's going to jump out and scare me. I saw it happen 6 times as I was shuffling through this room. When we were there, it was pretty empty, and they actually were just sending us through as the 2 of us. Now, inevitably, people walk at the speeds they walk, so a lot of times you would end up by the end of the maze either catching up to someone or someone would catch up to you. But really credit for trying, and really something where it was like, that really does set this apart on the price point a little bit, that every scare, every actor in this maze is going to get the 2 of us specifically. And you're not just going, oh, someone 3 groups up got that one. We didn't. They were resetting when we came through. So I really loved that about it. Yeah, overall, I would put the mazes on par with Horror Nights.
Okay.
Nothing, here's my ultimate, if you're watching this, like, should I go? It's a lot of fun. It's a really good vibe. If you love Halloween Horror Nights and you are in Vegas, go.
Okay.
I would say unless you are like the world's biggest Horror Nights fan. I wouldn't make a special trip to Vegas for this if you like lived in LA but I mean, go to Vegas because there's so much stuff to do, even if you're not like a drinker, gambler, a partier, a clubber.
There's so much good food. There's so many good shows.
Like, go do this and go do Omega Mart
Yeah.
and go like to the Mob Museum and like, boom, that's worth your trip right there. But I will say, if you aren't if you aren't a Horror Nights fan, this isn't going to break the mold for you.
Okay.
I would say everything was very on par with like, yeah, that was like a good Horror Nights maze.
Sweet. I know we talked about way back when this was first like announced everything. You had a concern of if this would survive as a year-round situation. How do you feel about it now?
I mean, I wish them the best.
Yeah.
I truly do. I know they have some good plans. And I think even doing things like this Resident Evil overlay are a cool touch.
Sure.
I would do it again if I was back in Vegas. I probably wouldn't do it again on my next trip back to Vegas.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Between sort of the price point, the fact that the mazes don't change, and the fact that it was like, yeah, it was a really good time, but it wasn't anything where I was like, oh my God, I have to get back there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I just don't know if it's a thing with like an insane replay value for people. But I liked it. I kept hearing how empty it was. It didn't feel wildly empty to me. That said, I don't think we waited more than maybe 15 minutes for a maze.
Oh, that's great.
But that is also partly be forewarned if you're going. They generally only have a couple mazes. So I think it's about 2 mazes open at a time. It's more like, hey, showtime is on for this one and this one. So sometimes you would go up to a maze and it'd be like, oh, come back at 5:30 and this will be reopened.
Oh, okay. That's nice, though, for staggering and everything.
Yeah, and
That
I mean,
makes
those
sense to me.
actors need breaks. Like, ultimately, I get it. But yeah, the mazes were good. I loved, there was a classic Monsters maze that was definitely my favorite. Because they had all my boys. They had all my boys. They had, and a couple where I'm like, oh, you never come out.
Oh.
They had like Hunchback of Notre Dame. They had a Phantom of the Opera room. They had the creature from the Black Lagoon.
You boy!
Who, I don't know, I think it might have been the same actor. He like popped out. I was like, oh, I love you. And he popped out at like 2 more hidey holes and kept getting me. And I was just like, yes, hello. It made my day. And then obviously you have like your Frankenstein, Wolfman, Dracula, like some fun stuff with the Brides of Dracula, and a really fun Frankenstein's monster kind of show scene at the end there of like the doctor bringing him to life that I loved. That one was really good. The Exorcist maze was very scary.
Okay,
I think
that would freak me out.
And Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Well, I mean, that guy pops out at you with a chainsaw. It's going to hit every time. Every time. And then they had Scarecrow the Reaping, which actually one of my favorite Horror Nights mazes when it was in Hollywood.
Oh.
I think I liked the one in Hollywood a little bit better, but still a really cool vibe. They have like this creepy corn maze at the end. You're in like kind of this Depression era farmhouse, like very creepy and dusty and cool. So
What made the Hollywood one different?
I remember the Hollywood one being more intense.
Okay.
Just more intense on the scares and a little creepier.
Okay.
But I also went when I was very, very new to doing haunts. So it could also just be my memory, but
And you're so brave now.
I'm so brave.
You're so brave, and you do all the scaries.
But I liked it. Again, I thought it was really good. There's a really fun corn maze sequence at the end with kind of some mirrors and some corn. But it was fairly, I kept seeing it in videos. I'm like, that looks crazy. And then it was like, oh, that was that room. Okay. Where it's like, get me lost. Get me lost. Like, I wish, it feels like it was like this was so good. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's a version of this that's, holy shit, even if you don't love this stuff, you have to go. The production value is insane. And I don't think they quite hit that for me.
Okay.
For me, they hit, as a fan, I had a great time and I'm so glad I went. But if someone was like, I don't need to go to Horror Nights every year. Like, this is for people who are like, I love Horror Nights and I wish I could go year round.
Yeah.
Which is part of my unfortunate skepticism of, I don't know what this market looks like.
Sure. Do you think if they did, I mean, the overlays sound really, really cool. Do you think if they kept with that kind of like escape room kind of energy of doing those puzzles and things like they did for Resident Evil, that would have some of that replay value, or maybe draw people in who aren't so like horror focused?
If that was a bit bigger and longer and it felt like on top of your experience, there was a pretty legit like escape room experience. I mean, people love horror escape rooms. Vegas has several. I want to say like It one. Forget, someone was just talking about these to me. But there's several like year-round horror escape rooms that totally stay in business. So I don't think it would be a bad, or even as a small add-on. Because again, they did a nice job with it. It was really fun. So I think that could be something just to help continue to draw people out there who are like, I like horror nights, but I go to horror nights.
Sure.
So again, I liked it. I this is not me shitting on it or saying I didn't enjoy it, but I am curious what the longevity will look like. But I really loved it. I loved as a California Universal fan, it was really fun too. I got to see Jack, who is an icon of Orlando Horror Nights, which if you don't know, because why the fuck would you? Unless you're watching this, you might. And please, people who know more about this shit, please feel free to correct me in the comments. This is, again, I've only been to California Horror Nights. So in Orlando, they many years will have these original characters who are sort of they're the icon. They're the sort of main character. They're in a lot of the advertising. There's often like a maze or a major scare zone or both based around these characters. They're really cool. Look them up. There's a bunch of weird ones that I like a lot. Like there's one that's like an old lady who's like, is she the storyteller, I think? Oh. They're really weird and fun. There's one year they had one that was like a demented like Lady Luck. They're really cool. But the most probably famous and beloved one is Jack the Clown. And his assistant Chance. So they actually do have Jack the Clown in a regular show. I think we had a slightly truncated version because, again, they swapped locations around. But there were a couple of acts. Jack came out. There were dancers. He killed some people. I got to meet him. It was awesome.
So he killed some folks.
He
did
did.
A photo.
You like vote like stay or slay. And then he kills him regardless.
Just the photo alone. I was like, no, thank you. No, thank you to that man.
I kind of liked his vibe. He's a little Beetlejuicy.
Yeah. Which very much is your vibe.
Like, and okay.
Did Jack try to spit in your mouth?
No, but I walked up to him for a photo. I was wearing a shirt that said Halloween Bimbo. And he said, I hope I'm remembering this correctly. Get this actor fired over some shit he didn't say. I believe the quote was, I love a bimbo. Picture this in like a full Beetlejuicy kind of voice. I love a bimbo. Come here, baby. I'll blow you up like a balloon. Which was somehow the most threatening and horny thing a man has ever said to me.
Damn.
I was like, I got nothing. Like, I fully just like, what does one respond to that? Universal characters, you can't keep getting away with this.
Oh my God. What is it about you that they're like, I'm going to say some unhinged fucking shit to this girl? I'm going to go up to her and make sure I say the weirdest, horniest thing to her.
I'm glad I cultivate that.
You've got a weird catnip thing for these cast members.
Because I was all dressed up and he knew I was fucking high because I was walking up to him like, hi, Jack! Because I was really excited to meet him.
But even when we're just at the regular park here, I feel like the Beetlejuices and such are like, what's up, babe? I'm going to say some stuff directly to you. My Beetlejuice hasn't gotten better.
They're just trying to match my freak.
And I love that. I appreciate that about them.
Hey, pro tip, don't ever say that, because if you aren't that character, I would call the cops.
Yeah. What a line.
I was like, whoa.
Damn.
So, worth the price of admission alone. That and a pizza skull I could have left then.
That was it. That was great. Oh, man.
So let me know if you've gone, if you like it, if you're thinking about going, if you're on the fence, if you think it'll last the year.
What is the price point, if you don't mind me asking?
It fluctuates slightly depending on time of year. I believe you're talking roughly, and there have been off season where it's been a little cheaper. Mm-hmm. We were in July, so it was not off season because we were right around the holiday.
Yeah.
But I want to say you're talking roughly in that like $60 to $80 range.
Okay, and for like a show in Vegas, that is very, very doable.
I mean, oh my God, you start doing that Vegas math of like, yeah, but I was there for like 4 hours, mm-hmm. and had I gone to the casino, that would have been 40 minutes. So, yeah. Like, you really start doing some horrific math in Vegas that you would not do anywhere else. But I got to see my boy the Creature. I got to get threatened, hit on. I got so many. So
Woo.
that's all I wanted.
Yay.
It's a good time.
Let us know if you guys are interested in going to that, if you've gone, if you've had a similar experience, if you loved it, if it wasn't for you, or if you need to correct any of that Orlando horror lore.
Tell me more, because I'm curious about Jack. I'm curious about all of them. There was one that was fear itself. It was crazy. Orlando goes hard. Orlando people, just know that I am jealous.
Man. Well, when you've got Florida Man happening every single day,
you gotta up it.
Up.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for listening. Again, let us know if there's stuff you want us to go out in the world and chat about.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed doing this, and I hope y'all enjoyed hearing about it.
Yeah, if there's other experiences, pop-ups, those sort of things that you would like us to go check out for you, let us know.
Yeah. And as always, follow us on social media at Two Filthy Casuals Pod. We do have a Patreon, patreon.com/twofilthycasualspod. Like, subscribe, rate, review. And until next time, I'm Amy Newman.
I'm Chris Carr.
And if you follow this fandom, I will blow you up like a balloon. What does that mean?
I don't. Now, if he said that to someone male presenting, genuinely, make a little more sense to me. Was he gonna? I don't want to know, actually. I'm going to stop my question right there. Oh, God. Oh, God.